But if you know me, you know I'm not afraid to say I can do better. I am sorry that my message was in the heat of the moment, because when I initially spoke on the topic, it really came from a place of care. I totally recognize that it may have impacted fans in a way that I did not intend, and I am sorry.
This is the moment that we've been waiting for in women's basketball. It's way bigger than that. This is the moment that we've been waiting for in women's sport.
Women's basketball is on fire. Sold out arenas, record-breaking ratings, and new fans everywhere. But behind the scenes, a war is brewing. It all exploded during an ESPN segment when Chinenye Ogwumike looked at Kelsey Mitchell and smirked. They expected Mitchell to laugh it off, smile, move on. She didn't. She stared straight ahead and hit back, with truth, not theatrics.
Maybe I'll start with you, Kels, because Lord Jesus, your team and their fans,
Jesus,
they be getting up in everybody's business.
And in that moment, everything shifted, because this wasn't just TV banter. It was a battle line between media spin and lived reality, between gatekeepers and game changers. This wasn't a clapback, it was a reckoning. To outsiders, the ESPN comment might have sounded like harmless banter, but Fever fans knew better. It wasn't just a joke, it was a dig, another reminder that Indiana was never meant to rise. But Kelsey Mitchell didn't let it slide. She stood her ground and said what no one else would. Caitlin Clark changed everything.
I think I've seen both sides of it. From one, like being on a team with like Caitlin and knowing that some of the stuff and the wave that she created for like this shift in moments in Indiana period, as far as like the arena where we started.
That one line cracked the media's carefully built narrative. For 7 brutal seasons, Mitchell stayed loyal, through losses, through heartbreak, even through the passing of her father in 2023. Now that the spotlight's finally here, she's not backing down. Not for ESPN, not for anyone. Kelsey Mitchell could have left. While other stars chased titles in Vegas or LA, she stayed in Indiana, year after year, loss after loss. No spotlight, no headlines, just grit. She played through empty arenas. She played through grief, losing her father right before the 2023 season, and she never complained.
Being on a team with like Caitlin, the big moment is seeing the shift and being a part of it from a standpoint that I know where Indiana was. And so to see the cultivation of it, you just grow to appreciate the process and, you know, the growth in which the game is going.
Now, with the Fever finally rising, the media wants to frame her as a sidekick, like she hasn't been carrying this franchise on her back for nearly a decade? Nah, Mitchell isn't a supporting act. She's the foundation.
Congratulations, Eastern Conference Player of the Week.
And the fact that she's thriving now without ever switching teams or begging for attention is exactly why fans are rallying behind her. Because this isn't just about basketball. It's about loyalty, pain, and finally, payoff.
Similar on and off the floor, like she's just been a voice that's been there. She's been through this league for what, 7 years now. Like she knows what to expect. She knows how things are gonna go. And I think more than anything, like we are just starting to understand each other much better. Like we could just make eye contact and she knows to go back door. She knows to come and get the ball. Like that just comes with playing with one another. So it's been a lot of fun for me. I mean, she's playing so well right now, just as good as anybody in this league. So I feel very lucky and fortunate to have her by my side.
When Kelsey Mitchell said, "The rise of women's basketball has a lot to do with Caitlin Clark," the entire tone shifted. The room fell quiet. Chinenye's smirk disappeared. Producers probably froze behind the cameras, because that wasn't just a compliment, it was a challenge. For months, ESPN and WNBA insiders pushed the same script. It's not just one player, but Mitchell tore that script in half on live TV. She didn't need to raise her voice. She just told the truth, and that truth hit harder than any highlight ever could. Mitchell wasn't defending Clark out of loyalty. She was defending reality, the packed arenas, the record-breaking ratings, and the millions of new fans. This wasn't media spin. This was fact. And when Mitchell delivered it, the power shifted, for good.
Kelsey Mitchell on the left, of course, Caitlin Clark on the right, the 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year, and boy, what a summer it was, Quinn, with the Fever here at Game.
Caitlin Clark didn't ask for the spotlight. She became it. Packed arenas, record jersey sales, a $28 million Nike deal. She changed the league before even settling in. But instead of celebrating, the media got uncomfortable. ESPN brushed it off. Former players threw shade. Why? Because Clark wasn't their pick. She wasn't part of the old system. She just showed up and rewrote the rules. And worse, for them, she brought an army of fans, from teenage girls to retired men who'd never watched the WNBA. Clark didn't just rise, she revealed how much the league had been missing. On paper, they don't match. Mitchell is a veteran scorer, Clark is a playmaker, but together, they're unstoppable. The league wants drama, petty rivalries, clickbait feuds. Mitchell and Clark, just wins. No ego, no noise, just elite basketball. When the media pushed tension, Mitchell backed Clark. When Clark struggled, Mitchell stepped up. When Mitchell dominated, Clark gave her the spotlight. They don't fit the script, and that's what scares the league. Double Clark, Mitchell drops 25. Lockdown Mitchell, Clark hits logo threes like warm-ups. They're not just a duo, they're a revolution. The WNBA begged for this moment. Mainstream attention, sold-out games, global buzz. And then Caitlin Clark delivered it. But instead of embracing the momentum, the league's gatekeepers started backpedaling. Former players turned analysts insisted it's not just one player. ESPN tried to spread the spotlight around to protect old narratives. Why? Because they didn't build this. And if Clark keeps rising, it exposes a hard truth. They couldn't. Now the same people who once begged for a superstar are downplaying the one they got. And the fans? They're done playing along. Mitchell saw it. She called it out. And that honesty hit harder than any ESPN segment ever could. The Indiana Fever were once the league's afterthought. Half-empty arenas, bottom-tier records, forgotten by everyone except Kelsey Mitchell. Now, they're the most dangerous team in the WNBA. Clark's vision, Mitchell's scoring, a deep bench full of dogs. They didn't build a super team, they built a movement. And the league didn't see it coming. While ESPN chases fake rivalries, the Fever are rewriting what team chemistry looks like. While analysts argue over who deserves credit, Indiana just keeps winning. This isn't just a hot streak, it's the future. And it's happening with or without the media's approval. Who's the real MVP? Is it Kelsey Mitchell, the battle-tested vet who never left? Is it Caitlin Clark, the rookie who dragged the league into the spotlight? Or is it the bond between them that's flipping the script for good? Because let's be real, the Fever aren't just winning games, they're shifting power. Every time the media downplays Clark, Mitchell speaks up. Every time analysts ignore the Fever, they win louder. This team isn't just changing the standings, they're challenging the system. So now the question isn't whether Clark and Mitchell can lead a team, it's whether the league can handle the revolution they've started. If you're riding with the Fever, hit that like button, drop your MVP pick in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe because this story, it's only getting bigger.